What's up, guys? It's your girl, Lockedlooneytune, and I'm here with episode 6 of The Biggest Loser Season 14 Challenge America. So let's get this review started right now. Okay, so we're halfway into the season, and we open the show up. We're watching the players walk into this great big room, and then they see these gigantic dice that got their faces on it from when they first arrived at the ranch. So when Jackson saw his picture on his dice, he started reflecting about how out of shape he used to be and how much he has improved since then. So the theme for this week is leading by example, and then we find out that only one team member will be facing the scale for their whole entire team. Only their weight will count, and they won't find out until the actual weigh-in. On top of that, the trainers are the one who get to actually pick by rolling the dice. This won't even matter to Jillian because Danni is the only person on her team, so she won't even have to roll. She'll just go on up there and weigh herself, and that'll be it. But this also means that Danni has to get really, really good numbers because she doesn't have a safety net now. And if she loses, that means she and Jillian both go home. So when Gina found out that, about the whole dice situation, she was like, well, I hope it's not me. And once Bob heard that, he got really kind of pissed with Gina. So Gina starts crying and starts getting all upset because she's like, damn, Bob is always pretty much riding my ass. Like every time I say something, Bob got to say something back. And then he's just always in my face. So then Gina starts crying, and then Bob is like, whatever. He's like looking like, I really don't care. You know how Bob always rolls his eyes and stuff. He's like, he don't give a shit about Gina crying. He really don't. So after all of that is done, Bob goes over and, he talks to Gina and stuff, and he tells her like she got to come from a place, come from the fear. She got to get that fear away from her because he's going to continue to challenge her no matter what. Like every time she's getting into it and getting into her fear and want to cry and want to whimper, he's going to get into it with her. David is ready to push his red team as usual. He go hard, so he's going to definitely try to get it in. As well, actually, he's not going to try. He is going to get it in. So Jillian is concerned with Danni being the last member of the white team. And Danni is concerned about making sure she gets these big numbers. Like she wants to be able to roll with the big dogs. She wants to make sure that she gets the bigger numbers because she really cannot afford to get any small ones. Y'all, I'm not ready for them to go home. I'm not ready for Danni to leave because I'm definitely rooting for Danni, and I do not want to see Jillian go home. I mean, like, she just got back, so I'm definitely not ready for them to go home. So everybody is getting it in as they should, and then Bob happens to say that the reason the blue team hasn't been to elimination and the reason that they haven't lost any weigh-ins is because they bust their asses. Bob, did you forget that David was on your team? I think you did forget that he was on your team. And personally, I think the rest of the blue team has been carrying him. Jeff comes through and was like, well, I got what it takes. I think I can rock the weigh-in. So basically, let it be me. I'm going to make sure that I can pull them numbers out. He was talking big shit. So we go to David, and David is like, well, I'm just going to train everybody like they're going to be the one on the scale. He said he's worried about Jackson because he doesn't think that Jackson's head is in the game. Me personally, I thought Jackson was doing pretty good, but, I ain't a personal trainer, so, I don't probably know what's going on. But from what I saw and from what I seen a couple of weeks ago, Jackson was definitely doing his damn thing. Jackson says, his health has not been the best, and then right when he says this, right after he says this, during his workout, yeah, I think he threw up again. Come on, Jackson. Again with the throw up. Really? Come on, man. So after Jackson finished tossing his cookies, he decided to talk about what it was like being an overweight child and how he felt worthless and felt like, he wasn't accepted. So right on cue, here comes David to tell Jackson that he is worth something, that he is good enough, and that he is so very proud of him. So we cut to the kids. So the trainers are talking to the kids now and letting them know that this week's theme is lead by example, that they want them to go out and inspire other kids to have healthier lives. So Sunny says that she wants to start fitness circuit training so the kids around her can be active and be excited about working out. Lindsay says she would like to give a speech to some kids about anti-bullying, and Noah says that he has a sports club after school that, he wants to get more kids into. So now it's challenge time. So the players walk into this great big warehouse, and there are those damn dice again. So now they got to roll to see who participates in this challenge. Well, we already know that David is not participating. David. Uh, uh, uh. Mm, mm, mm. So basically, they got to walk on this balance beam. They got to walk across this balance beam, go put some calories that's on a plate, bring it back, put it on a pitcher to match the calories to the food, and then hit the buzzer, and they got to get 5 of them right. And if they don't get 5 right, they got to walk right across the beam again, and that's pretty much it. Oh, yeah. By the way, they got these great big doohickey things. It's like 2 of them just swinging back and forth, ready to knock them down and take them out. Prize for this challenge is a letter from home, and I know that so many people definitely want to get that letter. So they roll the dice, and Jackson and Gina are up. I really don't understand why they have a dice for a die for Danni, because her face is all over it. Like, it's really no point of even having a die for her. It's just, I don't know. Before they even start the challenge, we get to see Pam. Y'all remember Pam, right? Pam left week 4. Pam wanted to get into that party dress where all the fellas would be like, damn, girl. Well, Pam is doing her photo shoot, and she is looking good, girl. She is 65 pounds lighter, and she is still doing that crazy dance with her spirit fingers. She be like waving all her hair and stuff. It's just ridiculous. But every time I see Pam, she definitely cheers me up and makes me want to laugh. So congratulations on losing the weight, Pam. They start the challenge, and once again, Danni is dominating the competition. Meanwhile, Gina and Jackson are getting knocked all over the place. Pretty much that's how the challenge went. Danni was trying to figure out, where her calorie counts were supposed to go, and Jackson and Gina, for the most part, were pretty much getting knocked around or just trying to get across the beam. Watching them getting knocked down, it was pretty entertaining, and it kept me laughing. In the end, Danni wins the challenge, and she gets her letter from home, which was a very emotional and touching segment of the show. Just a side note, y'all. Do y'all think that they keeping Danni around because Jillian came back for this season, and if she leaves, then Jillian leaves? I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Personally, I don't want to see neither one of them go, but do y'all think that the show is keeping them around, keeping Danni around just because, some people may not watch if Jillian's not there? We get back to the kids, and Sunny has started her fitness circuit, and everything looks to be going well. She's enjoying it. She's enjoying watching the other kids be active, and she was very surprised to see how well it went. Bingo recruits more people to his sports club, and he finds out that the other kids are on board with recruiting more people to the sports club. So we get back to the blue team, and yeah, they a little worried about weighing in. You gotta think, they haven't lost a weigh-in, so eventually their number is gonna be up. So here we go with David, talking about his leg, talking about losing, talking about what if the blue team loses, talking about whether he's gonna go home or not, and he knows that they're gonna vote for him. Man. So then David goes on to talk about, him eating as a cop. You know, he was in uniform and he was really big. He didn't feel comfortable in his uniform. And the time he was supposed to be, protecting and serving, he was spending that time serving up food and feeding his face. And he would do it in solitude. Like, he was so ashamed and guilty that he wasn't being the cop that he knew he could be. But even after all of that, he still says he feels so much better now. His health, he says, is better. I mean, it is what it is right now with David. Now they start the inspirational music and the motivational quotes by the players, to accompany their workouts. Next, we see Lindsay give her testimony to some kids about, her being bullied and how it affected her life. That part of the show was a real tearjerker. It was very sad to see her crying like that, and it was a lot of kids in her audience crying. So, but it was good that she was able to get the message out about anti-bullying. So, as a surprise to Lindsay, David sent some Australian pop star. I didn't catch his name. I wasn't interested in catching his name, but it was good for Lindsay though. So now it's time for the last chance workout. Bob is kicking ass and taking names. He got Gina and all of them. He got the whole blue team just climbing stairs, just doing all crazy shit. And he had Alex so knocked out that homegirl was hanging over the side, tired. She was hanging, like literally hanging over the side. And you know what Bob does? Bob pulls out his damn phone, freaking iPhone, and takes a picture of her looking like she is just exhausted. Bob has this really sick sense of humor. Danni and Jillian go to a free running studio and it looks like so much fun. There are like vaults and squares like everywhere. And if you guys don't know about free running, oh my god, those guys make it look like a piece of cake. Danni found out that it wasn't easy at all, and she definitely got a total body workout. So Jillian and Danni are just doing the free running thing and jumping over vaults and stuff like that, and Jillian is actually enjoying her time being with Danni, just her and Danni, and she's loving this. And she said it's almost like having a workout buddy. Okay, this is what I was waiting for. I was waiting for this since last week. Laila Ali, 5-time undefeated world champion, record of 24-0 with 21 knockouts. She's now a fitness expert and a mommy of 2. I was like, go on, lady, you better run that resume. You better run that resume so they will know. She had some wonderful words of wisdom for the team. It was basically saying that you have to pay the cost to be the boss. It takes eating right, it takes working out, and it takes having a plan. And don't forget to stick to that plan too. So they get their last chance workout with Laila Ali, and I would have loved to have been there. When I watched it, all I can say is that training with Laila Ali is definitely insane. Nevertheless, I would have loved to have been there. Like, I really do love Laila Ali, and personally, once I lose my weight, I really want to tone and condition it because I really do want a body like hers. I think I can get one too. So it's weigh-in time. So it's time to roll those dice, and only one team member's weight will count. You guys know the rules. The lowest percentage of weight loss, they go to the voting room, and then they vote to see who will be eliminated. They can't vote for the person with the highest percentage of weight loss because they have immunity. So if Danni loses the weigh-in, period, she just goes home. You know that. No voting because it's only her. So David starts to roll the dice, and Jackson is like, oh my gosh, please let it be anybody but me. And it's Joe. Bob rolls his dice, and he comes up with Jeff. The 3 people that'll be weighing in is Joe, Jeff, and Danni. Their weights are down below in the description box, but Jeff didn't quite make it, and the blue team lost the weigh-in. So I'm pretty sure you guys can guess who on the blue team is going home. Y'all know them votes went to David. They was ditching that dead weight as soon as they got the chance. Y'all know they was. Now, David might have been jacked up during the competition, but David is looking mighty, mighty fine now. He looking good in that cop uniform. He went from 307 to 220. That is 87 pounds gone. He's able to care for his daughter now, and he's even doing some of Bob's crazy workouts at home. So, David, I know I gave you a lot of slack the whole time you was here on The Biggest Loser, but nevertheless, you lost 87 pounds, and I am very, very proud of you, and I am very, very glad that you got it together, man. So, congratulations to you. We ain't never find out what happened to your knee, though. Like, we know it's better now, but we don't know, did you have an operation? Did it work itself out? Surgery, whatever. We want to know what happened to your knee. I mean, did the weight loss fix it? That's what I'm really concerned about. Because you talked about the knee the whole time you was on the ranch. So I need to know what's up with your knee, man. Alright, guys, that's it. That is it for this review of The Biggest Loser, episode 6. Season 14 Challenge America. So I will see you guys in the next video. And don't forget that everybody's weight information is down below in the description box. Alright, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.